Hi, I'm Mario Mancini, former WWE wrestler and first inductee into the 2014 New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. When I want my wrestling news, I watch the Squared Circle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Hollywood J. Williams once again here for the Squared Circle with John Zimmerman, and joining us, filling in for Thunderous again.
He's on assignment.
On assignment.
Hopefully we'll hear from him.
Aubrey St. John. We got it right this time, too.
I know,
Yes.
thanks.
Because you said it, not me. I'm the one that messes it up.
So we have a new phone number here. It's 203-907?
Yes, 907-0436. That's
Okay, I have to send a quick text.
Yes, 203-907-0436. And thank you very much, Aubrey, for dropping in on us. It was short notice to fill in for the Thunderous one. But you're always welcome. We're always glad to have you.
0436.
Thanks for having me.
And it's always a pleasure.
203-907-0436. I'm
Yes.
saving it into my phone.
You got it. But yeah, we have a new phone system. We're coming up in the world of technology.
What was that?
That was...
Did I win a prize just now?
I don't know.
I don't know. But Aubrey, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Definitely. We have a lot to sort of get to tonight. Person I was just texting, I don't
Yes.
mean to be rude, might be calling us, so I needed to supply him with a new phone number.
Yeah, we just got that today. So hopefully Bill from North Haven is watching and gets the new number, because I
Right.
know he's got our old one plugged into his phone, and we really appreciate his calls. And
Right. This
he's
is
always
a
got some-
shock to me here.
Yeah, he's always got some good insight and comments, and he's really up on the business. So I really enjoy talking to Bill from North Haven, as well as our other callers, Ed, and
Ed McCarver, of course.
Bull Dread, and the rest of the gang.
That old number was around for as long as I can remember.
I know. It's going to be difficult for not only our fans, but for us to.
I've been living in this town for many, many glorious years.
Yes.
And it's amazing. First thing I want to get to, I want to send a happy birthday out to
The NWO.
the NWO.
Oh, the North Haven chapter.
The North Haven chapter is a little younger than the actual thing,
Yeah.
but the NWO turns 18 today.
Wow. That makes us feel old.
This day,
You weren't even around yet.
This day in wrestling history. It's amazing.
Wow.
And I can remember, to this day, that's the biggest heel turn in the business, is when Hulk Hogan joined up with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
And nothing could ever possibly compare to it.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. That nobody ever expected Hulk Hogan, after so many years of being the top babyface, back in the WWF days, and for him to go over and totally change his character and flip. That was the biggest. And I don't think we'll ever see that again.
No.
Yeah, and as many times as we talk about, turning Cena heel. Thank you.
Cena.
See, I don't know. We mess up your name. I mess up everybody's name.
Yeah.
But turning Cena heel, I don't think it'll have the effect,
No.
nor the shock value that Hogan.
John Cena joining the Authority could not possibly compare.
No, not at all.
Somebody even said that the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I quite agree. Well, what do you think? Do you remember the NWO, the Hogan heel turn?
Yeah, I was very, very young. But
Yeah.
I liked it though. Then they did the red and black. That was,
Yeah.
That was good, huh?
Yeah, and just the whole thing with they're spray painting NWO and everything, and
everyone, yeah.
yeah, it was just an awesome angle, and they ran with it, and it got a little ridiculous at the end because like 90% of the roster.
There were more people in the NWO than there were in WCW at the end, I think.
Yeah, and then we saw almost the same thing with Aces and Eights. Like each week there was a new member, and it's like, okay, who's left to be on the other side?
No one.
on the babyface side, it's like it got to be too much. But
It got to be too much. They had many feuds with the likes like Lex Luger, Giant. When Giant was part of the Big Show, was part of it, and then course, they ended up kicking him out.
Yeah.
I guess at one point back in January '98, I think. But one person that got under their skin more than anybody was Sting.
Yeah. Yeah.
The story was Sting always felt slighted by the WCW because they had a fake Sting.
Yeah.
If you remember your history books.
Yeah,
And the NWO claimed they had Sting as their newest member, and it ended up being a fake Sting.
Yeah.
And the real Sting felt slighted, so he kept everybody guessing for over a year as to which side he was really going to be on, and he stayed up in the rafters. Surprised he didn't nosebleed up there, to be honest. But I bring up Sting because apparently there was a cryptic Twitter message coming from Mr. Steve Borden Sting.
Okay.
Don't know what it's all about in reference to next Monday.
Well, we reported before that he's been in Stanford quite a few times now. They do have on their schedule a release date for a DVD retrospective from Sting's career, and he was involved in the making of that. So he's in business with the WWE as we speak. It won't be any stretch just to think that he might show up on WWE programming at some point.
I think I saw online today. I was looking up stuff with 2K15, the video game, and I think he's on it. He's in it.
Absolutely, yes, he is.
So
That's the big announcement, probably.
It's possible, but like I said, the DVD's coming out, and obviously they're going to want to have him come in at some point to promote it and drum up some sales. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that he shows up on WWE programming. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see.
It's going to be sooner or later.
Yeah, and it's something that that's one thing we've never seen.
yeah.
So are you a Sting fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like the whole face paint, the different every time it was a different face paint. I wish I could do that, but I don't know how, so.
Yeah, I like the guy. He's had a storied career and always has been a class act.
I actually own a DVD of Sting that he did outside of wrestling. It's like a religious DVD. Do you have that?
No.
I have I'm a really big fan from back in the day from Sting, and I have one of those. I got it from
wow.
I had a special order at Barnes and Noble a couple years ago.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it's very religious.
He's born again, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
At that time, yeah. I don't know if he's still.
I know he is a very religious person, which is part of the controversy and why he's not ever gone to the WWE, WWF, because of especially the Attitude Era and their treatment of women and the vulgarity and stuff like that. And it's just not something that he's a part of or into. And if you really think about it and you look at his career, he's really shied away from a lot of the sexism and the vulgarity of the business.
Always been very clean cut.
Yeah. He as far as the violence and the feuds and stuff, he's been in quite a few scrapes. But if you think about it, he's really stayed away from the sexism and some of the swearing.
He wouldn't have fit in the Attitude Era.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
But, and I respect him for that,
right?
And I respect everybody that if you have a firm belief and and you can hold on to that, especially in the business that he was in. You're a person of strong belief, and you're not going to do something to compromise yourself, even though you might get ahead to do so.
Some things are worth waiting for, though.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And rather than sell yourself. Sell your soul and sell your own convictions out. And I really respect
everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
In the business, and everybody's entitled to it. And that was one of the things that like you said, it's something you can respect him for. He wouldn't have gone over in the Attitude Era. He was more. I couldn't see him doing at the time anything he wasn't doing.
Right.
Up there in the rafters, feeling slighted by WCW. Not wanting to, join the black and white camp, and that's it was a really popular feud when that match was finally signed between him and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yep.
Going back, it got a little hokey after a while, but
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, for holding on to his convictions, he turned down a lot of money. You know, I mean, he could have been a big money guy, and he stuck with the WCW and his principles and stayed where he was. And he could have jumped ship and like everybody was doing at the time and just gone with the script and collected his check. But he's a man of principle, and I honestly, I really, it's hard to find. I'm not sure. I would like to say that I would be able to turn that money down.
No.
And be take the moral high ground, but I couldn't say that what my decision would be unless I was faced with it.
Right, definitely. You think he has any more gas left in that tank, where he could possibly,
Well, I'll let you answer that. What do you?
I mean, he's a lot younger than Ric Flair, and Ric Flair is still doing his thing from time to time. So I don't see why I think he's like around the same age as Undertaker as well.
Yeah.
So if they give him something like the Undertaker, where they don't work him too hard, I don't see why not.
Right.
I would have to say you're right. Yeah, because I'm Jerry Lawler's still popping in the ring every now and then, for goodness sake. He hasn't. Sting really hasn't had the injuries and the bumps that some of these guys have had. Hogan still thinks he's got it in him.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think you'll ever convince Hulk Hogan that he's no longer has it.
Right. So I would like to see in the right setting, like you said, maybe an Undertaker. That one match and bring the one guy that Undertaker hasn't seen at WrestleMania.
I mean, it wouldn't be for the streak anymore, unfortunately.
Right.
But it's something that maybe they can do anyway.
Yeah.
Right. They can both end their careers on a positive note.
Right. One huge blow off and be done with it. But yeah, I would agree with it.
For Undertaker, it would be like something where he wouldn't have anything to lose because he already lost it last year.
Right.
And
unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's still a tragic tale. But.
Yeah, it's a very, very abrupt ending to that match. But that's another story. I'd like to see that, because as it stands, it looks like the last match Sting had was against Ethan Carter III.
Wow.
Does he really want to go out that way?
No. Goodness, no.
There's so many better people he could possibly face. I don't know. Time will tell, definitely.
Yep.
That is the new number again, 203-907-0436.
Don't you need your earpiece so you can listen in?
I keep getting these messages. I don't. It's probably somebody telling me I have to text something and I have to, in order to win a prize.
Right.
I don't know.
You may have already won.
Maybe I did.
You may have already won.
Definitely.
But the return of Chris Jericho, did you see Jericho came back? What do you think of that?
He came back when The Miz came back.
Yes. Yeah,
I guess The Miz was done with his movie.
Yep.
The Marine 4.
3 or 4?
4.
4. My goodness, they're up to 4 on the Marine.
The Marine 4?
Wow.
Unfortunately, they didn't pick a different guy. I think that's what I like about the movie The Marine, is that there's a different guy and I don't want to see the same guy twice.
Right.
But that's just my take on it.
And then the trailer is running all over Wild for Hercules with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Have you seen that?
I definitely want to see that. I think I'm going to go see it next week or whenever it comes out.
I don't know, the hairpiece is kind of, it throws me. It's just weird. It's just a bad hairpiece.
I know, but Hercules has long hair, and even though I think they made a different Hercules movies earlier this year with Kellen Lutz.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I don't know why they make,
why they would make
it's like
two.
that Snow White thing that they had last year. Remember they had like 2 Snow White movies?
Yeah, right,
think
exactly. It just seems like an idea gets out there and everybody runs to do it at the same time. There was like a point where like they had Deep Sea Nine and The Abyss. They're 2 underwater movies out at the same time, and it's like, it's just bizarre. But that's how how things work. If one studio has a hit with something, somebody else has to do it too.
Unfortunately.
Let's see if that works.
Summer Rae is actually the first diva ever to be in WWE films, and she's gonna be in the Marines 4.
Summer Rae.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was.
That's an interesting choice.
A little diva fact.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's why we have you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why there wasn't any diva previous, because they have so many movies
Right.
by WWE Films. I don't understand why they took them down this long and somebody so new like.
Yeah. Why would they go to
I
Summer
mean,
Rae?
I mean, and I don't mean to disrespect her, but in the way she, she kind of looks basic, like like a regular person, like
Right,
all the other
nothing
divas
special.
look like, I mean, I love Summer Rae, I love her, but I just don't. Like, she looks like a regular girl next door,
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they cast her, because those other divas are either too muscular or too hot.
Right. And
So-
it's strange, but I mean, we've seen like Gail Kim's made a film.
Yeah, the Assassin, something?
Yeah, Ninja Assassin.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus did Bounty Hunter. China's done a number of movies, which we can't show on this network. But you're right. None of the divas have done a WWE production.
WWE,
right.
yeah, none.
That's a good call. I didn't think of that.
That was fun.
But
Still trying to get this text message sent.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think you might have to hand the phone off to our crack staff.
I know, just a minute here.
But Jericho coming back was fantastic. We were there at the XL Center in Hartford.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, I was there.
Jericho,
I
on
felt
Talk is
very...
Jericho, he was very proud of himself for fooling the crowd and fooling us because nobody had a clue. And he flew into Boston and drove to Hartford so that nobody would see him at the Hartford airport at Bradley. And
Smart.
he stayed in the production truck all day, so not even the people, the talent backstage knew Jericho was there.
I like that because, I mean, I don't really like the whole spoilers. I don't like, knowing that someone's backstage or someone's coming back. Like, I want to be surprised. I don't want to,
Yeah.
like, I know the storyline is all that's kind of, written or whatever, but I don't want to know when someone's coming back. I want to be surprised.
Right, yeah, and for us sitting there, in Hartford, the XL Center, I was shocked.
I was very
That's
shocked.
pretty awesome.
WWE put out a notice that a former champion is going to come back tonight, and the speculation was my guess would have been Brock Lesnar, and there was a lot of speculation and people talking, and it was a buzz. It was a huge thing, and it had somebody broken it or put it out on Twitter and put out a picture or something, it would have ruined that buzz, and that whole anticipation was so
'cause
cool.
You would have been waiting for that moment for Jericho to come out.
You
Because
know?
I'm like that. Like, if I know somebody's going to come out, I'm like, okay, when are they coming out? When are they
Yeah.
coming out?
And then then the Miz comes out. We're like, oh, it's the Miz. And then the next thing you know, Jericho's music hits. We're like, yeah, oh my God, it's Jericho. So yeah, he was very proud of himself that he was able to keep it in the under wraps. And he even threw out a tweet that he was with his daughter doing something. And he showed out on Instagram a picture of him and his daughter. Just to throw off any speculation.
That he's here and there, yeah.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
was cool. It was definitely a good moment. So, are you finished fiddling?
No, I'm not.
Oh my goodness. What else do we have on our topics list so we can get to it?
What else do we have here? We got to go over Battleground.
Battlegrounds.
What do you think of the four-way?
I don't know. It seems I like to see some of the new guys coming up. And I always say that. And it just seems like they're trying too hard. Do we have a call coming in?
We have a call, but
We
your
have a
mic
call?
is not your.
We do have a call.
Your thingy.
Hit the speaker and see who's
It's
on
on
the
the
line.
side.
Hello?
Nick, do we have a call coming in? Yes, you're live on the Squared Circle.
Hello?
What's up, guys? It's Rennie V. How you doing?
There he is.
There he is.
There he is. It worked.
Yeah, we have a new phone
worked.
system and a new number, Vinny.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
I had to listen to the message 5 or 6 times, but I finally got all the numbers correct.
there we go.
There we go. Yeah.
So how you guys been? I haven't been on the show or seen you guys in a long time. How's everything going?
We're doing great. The last time I saw you was at the PWA event
Absolutely.
in Hamden, and you were gracious enough to give us a little promo. And
Yeah.
we've run that a couple of times. And tell us about your
Good.
show. Your show's coming up this
All right.
Saturday, correct?
Yeah, this Saturday in Bristol, Connecticut at the ETW Arena and the Boys and Girls Club. I'm telling you guys thought my past shows were big. This show's huge. I've got 10 huge matches. We're doing a tournament called the Young Guns. What it is it's like, I don't want to say rookies, but guys who have been only in the business, so they've only wrestled for like 5 years or under. So I'm putting them in this tournament to like really showcase how good they truly are, even for only being, for only wrestling for only a few years.
Yeah.
So I got that. But it's going to be a little twist. It's not going to be a normal tournament. I got one singles match. There's going to be 2 three-way dances, which then the winner of the three-way dance and the singles match move on. And then I also am doing a tag match, where then the winning team will then move on to the finals, to then where there's going to be a giant 5-way match to see who is the first Young Gun champion.
Awesome.
Absolutely. You know me, I like doing things different, and to me that's different. It's better than just normal, just better than a normal tournament.
That is original. I really appreciate that. That's awesome.
Got to strive to be different. So how's it feel being back? How's it feel being back after over a year?
It feels great, guys. I mean, like, I've gone 2013, I know how they always say 13 is the unlucky number. It was a very unlucky number for me, but I'm glad that year is done and over with. I'm glad I'm back doing what I love doing.
Yeah.
That is entertaining, you guys and anybody else who comes out to shows.
I mean, the whole way through, I know you had a really rough year, and we were there for you, and behind you 100%. And you can always call us and come down and see us. Even if it's not wrestling related, we love you as a human being, as a person, and not just as a wrestling promoter and a guy in the business. We love you as a person. You know that, right?
I don't normally send text messages when I'm on the air, but when I do, it's to Vinny V.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And also the best thing about the show, too, is, because you guys brought up PWA, on my show, we're having a PWA showcase match. We're having the champion, Joseph Von Schmidt, is going to be going one-on-one against a guy who I guess is crazy. Is like the most appropriate what I can think of. And it's Buzz Bloodsaw.
Oh,
They're going to be battling it out in a PWA showcase match at ETW's Young Guns. And also what makes Young Guns tournament just so much better is there's a match to determine the very first ETW champion, just to prove that ETW is back in full force. We're crowning a champion.
Excellent. And
I'm very excited, because the best thing about this show, too, is it's in Connecticut. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of new names on the show. There's guys who have never even wrestled in Connecticut, and there's guys who haven't wrestled in Connecticut in years.
excellent.
Well, we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I've done my research on everybody, watching a lot of YouTube videos. It's gonna be a fun show. Like, we got you guys, everybody knows how Chikara came back after they went on a hiatus, kind of like how I did. We got a Chikara original, Amasis, is going to be on the show. He's going to be going one-on-one against a wrestler from New York who I've seen work a bunch of times, and he's extremely talented.
Yeah.
His name is Dickie Rods.
Oh, wow.
And then also, just to make the Young Guns even better, for the first time in ETW history, we're having a ladies match.
Wow.
A ladies match. Who are the
A
ladies
ladies
involved?
match. Well, we got Alexa Rose. She's from New York. She is part of the group Los Sucios, who are also on the show. They're actually in the tag match that's in the tournament.
Yeah.
And she's going a one-on-one against a very well-known woman wrestler named Nikki Adams. She's big in New York. She wrestled for NYWC and all those New York companies.
Excellent.
And also, this makes things even better, we are having a female referee for the women's match. A female referee, exactly. We don't see those too often.
No, you're absolutely right.
But I found one. Her name is Debbie Kane. She is coming all the way out for the show to be the guest referee in that matchup.
Oh, that's fantastic. On the line is Vinny V from Extremely Talented Wrestling. You hear him say ETW. That's Extremely Talented Wrestling. Vinny, where can we find you on social media, on Facebook? You have a website, all that stuff. Give us the lowdown.
Absolutely. I'm on Facebook / Extremely Talented Wrestling. I'm also on Twitter. I finally got a Twitter account. I finally got a phone where I can actually do Twitter. It's Vinny V Jr. It's my own personal thing, but I mainly post stuff for Extremely Talented Wrestling.
Great. Now, we know you're a part of our Facebook group, the Squared Circle on Facebook, so you can put all of your information on our page where the fans can find you, all the information on your show coming up this Saturday at the Bristol Boys and Girls Club. It's a venue we know very well, and I don't think Hollywood can get lost going there.
No, I have a lot of business holdings in Bristol, so I say.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Plus, I love Bristol because, you know, Bristol's always been known for wrestling, and it's, you know, ETW.
Yes.
ETW wouldn't be ETW without Bristol, Connecticut, I always say.
yeah, we love to see you every time. We see you. You're just a wonderful guy and talented gentleman, and we're glad that you're pulling out all the stops. I'll predict this is going to be one of the biggest shows of the year.
I really hope so. I hope we get a fantastic crowd. The weather right now doesn't look all that great. Looks like it's going to be raining like it did my last show. Last time I ran was when Hurricane Sandy decided, hey, let me hit Connecticut.
Yeah.
Right, well, at least it's not going to be a hurricane, it's just rain.
No, thank the Lord it's not going to be a hurricane. But I hope that, you know, the rain doesn't hold people back inside, because it's not like it's an outdoor show. It's inside at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Very spacious, and it's a amazing facility.
Yes, it is.
The rain might actually work to your advantage during the summer, because if it was a nice night, maybe people wouldn't want.
Yeah, right. People want to be indoors when it's raining out. So,
Exactly.
hey,
Absolutely.
I really hope to see you make out very well, and we're glad to see you back with Extremely Talented Wrestling, ETW. And again, just put all your information on our page, and we'll steer everybody to it.
Absolutely, guys. I'll be there. And before the show, I definitely want to put a little promo, as I got some more behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm not going to say yet, but I wanted to tell you guys exclusively on Saturday at my show.
Excellent. Yeah, we love you, man.
We love you.
We'll see you out there.
We'll be there. I'll definitely be there.
We'll see you there, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you again.
All right.
Thank you very
everybody
much.
For everybody for centering, just remember, this is one of the greatest wrestling talk shows in the not even just in the United States. in the
Squared
entire
circle,
world.
buddy.
Hey, brother, you're talking to the
Same thing.
brother. You're talking
Oh,
to the
man.
Squared Circle.
The squared circle.
That's what I said, squared circle. What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
You're talking
What am I
about
talking
the
about?
ring center.
That other.
That other, yeah.
Hey,
Wrong
hey, you
show.
know what?
Opposite, guys.
Wrong show.
We got no heat with them, so we know you're friends, and it's all good, brother. It's all good.
No big deal.
Absolutely. It's been so long. I've been away for so long. I can't even get everybody's names correctly.
That's all right. I mess up everybody's name too.
Like it's Los Angeles J, right? That's his name.
Los Angeles J.
Los
yeah.
Angeles J, yes.
Right?
Yep.
That's his name.
Close enough.
Los Angeles J Zimmerman.
There we go.
There we go, brother. Thank you very much.
Okay, buddy.
Absolutely, guys. Have a great day. Have a great show.
All right.
Yeah,
thank
we'll see you Saturday.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Okay.
Bye.
Now we gotta try to hang this thing up here.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
We good.
We good.
Well, Vinny V making the faux pas, but that's okay.
That's all right. That's okay. I think Aubrey got a kick out of that the most. But
I love everybody.
he loves everybody.
Yes,
Peace.
yes.
We're very peaceful people.
Yeah. Hey,
Exactly.
Mario straightened us all out, and
Yep.
there's no more heat. We all good.
We all good now.
Yep.
We're all good.
We can all play in the sandbox.
I don't know that. We're going to a party.
Yeah. Hey,
Hamburgers, hot dogs. It's that time.
Hey, we had Mario on 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago? And the invitation went out to that other show, and we invited them down to break bread with us. We had a wonderful catering service provided by Jersey Mike's, my good friend Mark over there. Went there today, as a matter of fact.
Really?
You can see how big my boys are because Mark feeds us well.
I'm getting my whole backyard redone.
Yep.
The patio, the porch is being painted. We're gonna have a grill out there. It's gonna have a little cookout for
There we
everybody
go.
involved in the business.
There we go.
Exactly.
So
A little soiree at Hollywood J's. That's all.
soiree at Hollywood J.
That's it.
There we go.
There we go.
Aubrey will be there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You gotta have
More than
cherry
welcome.
icy.
We'll do it.
Got like
Yeah,
a
we'll have the ices
pina
there.
colada like slushy machine from 7-Eleven.
There you go.
I'll get a slushy machine. I
There you go.
can arrange that.
We can make that happen. Make it so.
It would look kind of strange next to the keg there, but
I'm definitely gonna be by that machine the whole time though.
we'll make it happen. But
Yeah.
anyway, I no longer need to use this.
Yes.
The system was telling me that he never received my text.
Ah.
That I had a 1 in front of his number and not to use the 1.
Okay.
But apparently he received the text.
At
so
any rate-
I can just take this. I apologize to everyone for
That's okay.
being distracted.
That's okay.
But it was I thought it was very, very important that we get the
Hey,
message sent to him and,
Yes.
and he could
And,
call
and we
in.
got to talk to the
Right.
the famous
Exactly.
Connecticut's own
I was texting because it was best
for
business.
business. Yes.
Exactly. Lineup for Battleground, we were talking about that. John Cena versus Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus Kane.
I'd like to see Roman Reigns go over, but it's not going to happen yet.
Right. My understanding about Reigns is a hold off until WrestleMania 31.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It would be better. I would rather see it now, but
Yes.
we're just going to have to wait.
Some people in the business, much more famous and much smarter than you and I, have
Right.
predicted Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns will win the title from Lesnar.
But for now, John Cena
For now, John Cena
is the 15-time
holding
champion.
the belt.
John Cena, in 2 more title victories,
Will
surpasses Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
One of my favorites. One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a conversation to be having in the future. It's extremely debatable to me that John Cena can actually put himself in the same league as Ric Flair, but it is what it is. It's been actually done in half the time it's taken Ric Flair to
Right,
get all his belts.
Right.
It does make you wonder.
We do live in a different era,
Right.
and it's really you can't compare the reign of Ric Flair, who would go out and defend that title through all the territories, Friday, twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday, 1 hour Iron Man matches
Was not lying.
regularly, not
Right.
just once a year, but regularly. Guys like Harley Race and Ric Flair, and the guys that came up in that era. They did hour matches. Bruno Sammartino, ran an hour match. When's the last time John Cena had an hour match? When's the last time John Cena defended that, his title, or Randy Orton
Cena's
defended
title
his
defenses last about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, once
once-
a quarter.
Right. He defends them at the pay-per-views. He might defend them at a house show here and there. It doesn't change hands.
Right.
I think the Undertaker's entrance is longer than those matches.
You're absolutely right.
I think so.
But
Right.
you can't compare what Ric Flair did and what Harley Race did, and those the guys of that era to the guys of today. And I'm not knocking John Cena. It's a different product. They don't have the territories. They don't have as many performances.
No.
And going from like Andre the Giant, just the sheer number of matches that guy had, because he was in such high demand, and he would have a match on a Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, every weekend, week in, week out, and John Cena, Monday Night Raw,
Right.
and
House
then,
shows.
an occasional house show, and then a pay-per-view.
Yeah, Raw, SmackDown, Maybe he works Wednesday. Maybe he works a house show Friday.
If you want to go, I mean, I would love for somebody to figure the amount of in-ring time that Flair put into the business compared to anybody else in the business, really. You know, short of a guy like Bruno Sammartino. But, you know, I mean, you can't really compare the two. Just like, you know, other sports today, you know, you can't compare the era of baseball in the 50s and 60s to the era of baseball today. You know, just private jets alone. You know, the guys in the 50s were going by bus or by train overnight, not getting any rest, not getting any sleep, having to show up in another town.
Now they have their own private jets.
Now they have a private jet. You know, and you know, first class accommodations. That alone.
And they make more money than some of the politicians out there.
Well, it's just, you know, the physicality of the game. You know, the realistic moving from point A to point B is totally different. For the wrestlers of today and to the wrestlers of then. You know, these guys drove for 5, 6, 10 hours, 4 guys in a car, 5 guys in a car, overnight, hyped up, you know, from one match to show up in another town. You know, and a lot of these guys, has John Cena ever set up a ring?
No, probably not. Well, maybe not in a long time. Not working.
Maybe when he first when he was you know, getting trained, maybe. But now he's flying private jets. Have you watched Total Divas?
There you go.
He's got the C Nation Force One.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since maybe he set up a ring. He did start out in the indie scene, so.
But you know, once he walked into the WWF, I mean, Vince has his own guys. WWE, Vince has his own guys to do it. It wasn't like in the day. I mean, even back in the '80s, Mario will tell you. You know, Mario showed up. They were short-handed. You know, drop your bag, set up the ring.
Right.
Mario's like, I'm a wrestler.
Set up the
You heard him say it.
Right.
You know, he's
that's how it was.
You know, so I mean, it's a different time, and you know, I know everybody's saying, "Oh, John Cena is going to reach Ric Flair," but you know, I think it's just you can't compare the two.
That title is easy to defend too, and you're always defending it against the same person, Randy Orton.
Right.
Every time they come here to Connecticut and I go to a live event, it's always John Cena versus Randy Orton or a variation of that in tag matches, something like that.
Right.
So it's easy to do.
It's a different, it's just a different era, and you know, I don't want to see Flair's legacy tarnished, but it's inevitable that John Cena is going to.
It's going to happen. This would be a good opportunity to bring Ric Flair in as a manager.
He could be a manager for his daughter.
To manage and to manage someone to stop Cena from going over his.
He's determined. Ric Flair is determined to make a comeback, and right now he's having difficulty getting through the wellness exam.
Really?
They haven't said why. And you know, they haven't really hinted at anything. I'm just saying it's age.
Yeah.
You know, and I know. You know, I mean, he's had so many injuries and so many issues.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the last time I saw him fighting, I was, you know, I was kind of scared. Like I was like, I really thought they were gonna like take him out and like, you know.
Yeah.
Flair managing Flair's mind there in the corner of someone. Going up against John Cena to try to stop the momentum, to try to stop him from going over that would be interesting to see at this point.
Yeah, and as I've said, you know, anyone with Flair's mentality as a manager to get over, you know, a guy like, as much as I think Roman Reigns is a great talent, he's not going on the mic yet. And if you put a Heyman in front of him, or a Ric Flair in front of him, or a Bobby Heenan, or a Lou Albano to talk for him until he gets his mic skills up to par. Right. Ric Flair saying, you know, my guy, Roman Reigns, you know, Saturday night's going to come out, and, you know, and just do his whole...
It's not going to happen. I can hear him say it now.
And do the whole thing, and just have Roman Reigns, or, you know, or Rusev, or, you know, even... the King of Swing,
Cesaro,
whose mic skills aren't up to that. You know, to have Flair talking for them and just have him there, you know, being menacing, like King Kong Bundy used to do behind, like Bobby the Brain. You know, that's where I see Flair doing his best work at this given time.
He's very good cutting promos, and like, I don't think there's anyone in the business like Flair when it comes to cutting promos, and I think he would make such a great asset to someone.
Yeah.
As the manager.
Thank you.
But I really don't want to see him get hurt or see him in the ring fighting.
Definitely.
I think it would, you know, I mean, none of the guys want to ever give it up, but I think it would be an embarrassment, you know, for Flair, for Hogan to try to go.
Yeah, that's like the movie, The Wrestler. You know, you're never really quite done with this industry, with this business.
You never do leave.
No.
Most of these guys, I feel like they're gonna die in the ring.
Yeah.
Like the God forbid, but you know, like
They don't want
to quit. They don't want to.
Right.
Also, last night, actually the Battleground lineup also has a battle royal for the vacant IC belt, which Wade Barrett had to give up.
Yep.
Who do you see winning that? We got Cesaro in there, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Damian Sandow. Well, I like what they're doing with him now.
Yeah.
Imitating people.
But I feel like I've seen that already. A couple other
RVD,
times.
Dolph Ziggler, Big E, Ryback, Curtis Axel, Del Rio, Bo Dallas. That'd be interesting to see him get the IC title.
Too early.
Yeah.
Too early, but
soon.
with his
Too soon?
inspirational gimmick, it might be interesting to be funny to see.
I mean, I guess they did it with Paige, her first night there.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
And they did it with Gail Kim too, with her first night.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, all those guys that you mentioned, they're really, really good guys. But following Cesario's indie background, I didn't see him like at WWE. You definitely want to see him succeed, and I would definitely like to see someone new with a belt. You know, I don't want to keep seeing the John Cena's and the Randy Ortons and the Triple H with the belt, you know, back and forth. Like I want to see some guys that really deserve it. That I've been coming. Like, how are you ever gonna make new faces of the company if you keep using the same old guys?
That's
like
true.
You know,
Yeah.
we already see the era time and all that stuff. Like you know, these guys were good for their time, but we are now in a new time. We don't no longer use beepers. You know what I'm saying? So why should we use the same guys over and over?
Excellent point. I agree.
Exactly. You know,
I agree.
They
That's
had their Today in the Sun, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And times change. Times change a lot faster now than they used to.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a lack of confidence on the WWE's part in the fan base. I think they're just feeding the fans what they think the fans want, and not telling the fans like they used to tell the fans, this is the baby face, this is who you're going to follow, and most of the time the fans would go along with it.
Nowadays, they're having a lot of difficulties
and now
with
it's a
people.
fear. Yeah, I think they're afraid to pull back on a Cena and an Orton because it's a tried and true thing, you know, and they're so used to it. It's so just natural. Oh, John Cena, he sells merch, the kids like him, you know, his gimmick is over, let's keep going with that.
Yeah.
Rather than
just imagine all the
risk.
times Cena and Orton face each other, and all the more times they will face each other.
Right.
I actually remember them when they first like started before they became like big name. I think I seen them here in Connecticut. I don't remember how many years ago, but when they first started out, before John Cena was John Cena, before Randy Orton was like big, and like they're still fighting to this day. They're still like going at it. Like
I really just think it's just almost like a comfort thing that the WWE, you know, well, this has worked so many times in the past that we're going to hope it continues to work.
Right.
Rather than take a risk on some of the new guys and, you know, maybe letting the rating drop for a couple of weeks until everybody gets used to, hey, have you seen this guy? You know, and let the word of mouth build up. So, you know, maybe you know, the fan base will drop off a little bit because you know we're all adverse to change. You know, and trying something new is always difficult.
Exactly, but you have to embrace
you know,
it.
at some point, John Cena was new. At some point, Randy Orton was new. At some point, Hulk Hogan was new. I remember when Hulk Hogan first came out. You know, and they tried different kind of things until the whole Hulkamania really took off, and everybody just remembers that period where he was just so huge. But I mean, when he first came out, you know, they tried to make him a heel. And it didn't really go over that well. And, you know, they jostled his gimmick a little bit, and look what happened. But without giving some of the new guys, as you were talking, some of the new guys their time to shine and their time in the spotlight, and a little, you know, learning curve for not only the talent, but a learning curve for the fans to say, hey, who is this guy? And get behind them. But if we're still fed the same old, you know, it's stale for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about TNA. Like, the one thing that I can say that is good about TNA is that they bring people, they give people a chance, and I would really like to see that in WWE because they always get good people, like Natalia. We all know she could wrestle. She's the only female wrestler that's ever come out of the dungeon. The Heart Foundation, like the only one, and she's dancing with Kali on Total Divas.
I think we have another call here.
Do we? Speaker?
Answer?
Yeah, you're live on the Squared Circle. Whoa.
We got some feedback there.
Tell him to turn down his TV.
Nope. We lost you. Is he still on the line?
Doesn't look like it.
Caller, try to call back and drop the volume on your TV because we're getting feedback.
Yeah.
Apologize for
Don't
the
know
lost
what
call.
that was. Might have been Mr.
McCarver?
Or Mr. Thunderous calling in.
It could have been our new caller from North Haven.
Could have been.
Bill from North Haven.
Somebody had
But
a
we
lot.
apologize. We did
Somebody
not
had a lot of feedback
Correct.
there.
We did not intentionally hang up on anyone. We don't do that on the show.
You just gotta turn the volume down when you guys call.
Right. That's all.
Because then we hear us back and forth.
But anyway, what about this network being free for an entire week?
Hey, you know what? We got a free week when we originally signed up. So if it brings more people into the network and it brings the stock price up, Vince, please, you're killing me.
What's going on with the stock price?
Oh my goodness! I think it's going down to just nothing. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So it's a good thing I never bought.
It's a good thing Joe Bruin provided me with this shirt because I lost my other shirt from Mr. Vince McMahon. But
once that
Bruin,
song, what goes up must come down.
yeah, well, it's come down a lot and too much. And I had confidence that it was going to make a bounce back, and I held it, and I'm holding it, and I'm holding it, and I'm going to go down with the ship, brother. But my shares.
You're just saying your prayers at this point, right?
Yeah, taking my vitamins and saying my prayers, Mr. Hulk Hogan.
I don't know.
But it's anemic right now.
You know, I'm not going to know when we go off the air here because my earpiece is just.
Well, we got about
Right
15, 16 minutes.
We have about
Yeah,
15,
put it on.
16. I might as well. I mean, everybody's
Hey,
seen me do it already, right?
Stick it in your ear.
There's no kayfabe on the Square Circle, right?
No.
Let's try that.
Our crack staff, we knew.
I know. They're
We know.
supposed to come in here and they're supposed to make sure everything works. You know what? I'm gonna have to go out back there and they're gonna have to fill out some paperwork later.
Yeah,
on.
we're gonna have to cut their salary in half.
I know, really.
Whatever you're making, cut it in half. No.
Anyway.
No, I will say that we were very happy to have Nick back. Zach did an excellent job. Mike did an excellent job. But we were very happy to have Nick back.
Very, very happy.
You will see some things that we've been holding off doing because.
We have to wait for the great Nicholas.
Yeah. Nick is our top guy.
Right.
And no offense to anybody, but we've got some good things coming in the works and some things we've been sitting on for a while.
I know.
And hopefully we're going to get a new opening because Nick promised us that a while ago. And,
Nothing wrong with the old opening. We just need to.
No,
get,
you're the only one in it.
I'm the only one in it.
Yeah.
I didn't even meet you yet. I don't.
I understand that, right?
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This man came on set about an hour after I met him,
Yes.
and that's the total honest truth.
Yep.
And this has got to be one of, if not the greatest people I've worked with
Thank you. I really appreciate
so
that.
far.
I,
You know?
I really appreciate it. I'll give you your tip when.
And many glorious years. Even that 10-year hiatus I was off. And
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I've had. While we're talking, it's coming up on a year that we've done the show, and honestly,
almost 2.
yeah.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
actually almost 2.
Is it? Okay, we're
Almost
on
2.
our anniversary coming up, and I've met some of the greatest people. Aubrey being one of them. We talk outside of here, and Aubrey's just one of the most wonderful people I've met, and got the biggest heart
I think
of
so.
anyone I've ever known, and hopefully we're going to do a film project together and
Yes.
get that working.
Yeah.
That's
my
amazing.
little baby.
Our time,
Little
yeah,
pet project, right?
our hours, your hours are crazy, my hours are crazy, but
Unfortunately, yeah.
we will get together and get that going. And Aubrey's brought some great people into our lives as well. And Hollywood Jay, it's been a pleasure, and you've been very gracious and put up with a lot of my nonsense and a lot of my insanity and a couple of missteps on my part.
Some things happen, you know. Hey, you know,
But
misunderstandings happen.
yeah,
Things happen. Getting
yeah.
back to that, I mean, it's over.
yeah,
You know,
so,
we move on.
yeah, but you know,
We-
and
You got a call.
we got a call.
We're gonna
back.
bring this call back, and then after the call, if we have a few minutes, I'm gonna touch on some Ring of Honor news.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to go see Ring of Honor soon. Hopefully,
So
you
let's
can join us.
try this here. This is the speaker here.
No,
this
this
one
one.
here.
That one there.
You are live on the Squared Circle.
Hello.
You're on.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, it's Bill from North Haven. How are you?
Hey,
There he
you
is.
got
He
the new
got-
number. All right.
You got the new number. All right.
That's it. And I was looking, I'm like, if Jay can't work that phone, he's going to get replaced.
Oh. How's it going, Bill?
Good, guys. I like your new set there. I don't think I've seen the table there before.
Oh, we use it from time to time.
Yeah. Thunderous One can't get behind the desk, so when Thunderous is on, we don't use the desk.
Okay. I was just John, I was listening to some of your comments earlier when you were talking about the fans and, you know, different, wrestlers and, you know, some of the things that they kind of can and cannot do.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sometimes, it's just my opinion. I think that sometimes maybe the writers or just the higher ups in the WWE, I think they kind of underestimate what the fans are doing and what the overall intellect is of the fans, especially now with the internet.
Yeah.
There's so much more out there. You know so much more about these folks, and I think they don't play to the intellect of the fans, and that's why you see some stuff kind of fall by the wayside. Like what's his name, Bo Leave.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much that's getting over. And,
So it is and it isn't.
Yeah, it's like one of those that annoying thing, It's like it's like an hangnail, kind of hurts but kind of feels good when you pull it. So, it's just one of those things, But I mean, I mean, last night's show, I'll be honest with you, I watched almost to the end and then I fell asleep. So I'm not even sure what happened last night.
I was medicated up and I missed most of it. I had to rewatch today.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go back and look, but there was nothing there. I mean, Roman Reigns came out at the beginning. The Authority wasn't going to be there, so nothing like incredibly, major was going to happen.
Right.
But it just looks like next week might be something big for my guy Sting. So it could be a very interesting week next week.
Yeah, they're teasing that. We were saying I really hope it happens because they do have the DVD release coming out that he was involved with, and it's the first thing that the WWE has done with Sting, and he's also, as Aubrey mentions, on the new video game coming out. I believe that's October 27th, somewhere along there. And he's on the new video game. So WWE is in business with Steve Borton.
Right.
So more than likely, if it's not this coming week, we are going to see Sting in some capacity on WWE programming.
Yeah, I just hope, and that's what you really hope, is that they just do it the right way. Because if they do it the right way, He could, listen, I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. Obviously I'm a big Sting fan. I think he's got a lot left in the tank, and I think the fact that once he gets out there and that crowd just starts going crazy, because let's face it, whether he drops in, floats in, rides a pony in,
they're gonna pop like crazy.
Oh, it's gonna be out of control. I mean, I might be jumping up and down on my couch, so you might be able to hear me in North Haven.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be huge. So, last but not least, I know you guys don't have a lot of time. I didn't really get to take a look at Ring of Honor's first pay-per-view. How did that go? Did you guys get to see any of that?
The only one that's actually saw it out of all of us was Thunderous.
The Thunderous one, yeah.
Right.
I've heard some great things about it. I haven't seen the numbers as of yet. I don't think they've released the buy rate, which that's going to be the telltale sign.
Mm-hmm.
If people bought into it, then obviously we'll see more of it. But I'm praying that the fans tuned in for it and gave them a little bit of money and a little bit of love so we can see it again.
No, I think it'll be great. And I didn't even see this, but this is not off topic, but I'll bring up TNA. The only reason I bring them up is because the Wolves, which I thought was a really good tag team, it seems like they've kind of not really done much with those guys there. What do you think about that?
It's unfortunate, that they don't utilize a good talent like that. They were big in Ring of Honor, so they could always go back there if they're not happy with TNA or if something happens to TNA.
Yeah.
I do want to congratulate Gail Kim on becoming a Knockouts champion again. Did you happen to catch that, Bill?
No, I didn't. I've been away for about a week or 10 days, so I haven't seen any of the show there. But she's a great wrestler. So I mean, and she's been around a while, and she deserves it. And she's a great performer. I mean, you gotta give it to her whether you like her or not. She's a great performer.
Absolutely.
It's definitely it'd be unfortunate that they shut down. I think that might kind of keep WWE maybe being a little bit stale. But overall, hopefully the next couple of weeks. Last week's show was really good. This one's middle of the road, so maybe next one that's the way to line it up next week to be a big blowout.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for your call, and we need to wrap it up. So I really appreciate you calling in. Plug that phone number into your memory phone there, and we look forward to hearing from you next week.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Take it
Bye.
easy there, Bill. There we go.
There we are.
We're learning. Real quick, I'll just run it down quick. Kevin Steen, his final matches July 18th and 19th. That's for Ring of Honor. He is Performance Center bound in September.
Woo!
Bringing another one in from ROH.
Yep.
They also signed NFL player Quinn Ojanaki as of that pay-per-view,
Yep.
June 24th, NFL guy. Big matches for New Japan Tour in August, announced for E1 Climax August 10th. Junior Tag Champions, Time Splitters, that's Alex Shelley and Kushida versus the Redragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. And Ring of Honor champion Adam Cole and Michael Bennett with Maria Kanellis versus Jushin Thunder Liger and Captain New Japan.
Nice.
Whoever that is.
Nice.
Must be another masked guy.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna talk more about ROH in coming episodes.
Yeah, we're going relatively soon in August. You and I will be out at Ring of Honor and Coney Island.
Definitely.
So
Right.
that'll be fun. We'll have our own hot dog eating contest.
I don't know. I think you might be able to beat me on that.
They are kosher beef, so I'm in. So
Very good. Well, Aubrey, it's very nice of you to join us once again.
Thank you guys for having me again.
Of course.
and always the lovely Aubrey St. John. And hopefully you'll let us know if you got anything upcoming. I know you're a busy lady, and
Definitely.
it's really an honor for us for you to spend some time.
For the worst of the week, I'm going to put that up on the page. Right.
Yeah.
We're not really.
The Thunderous one
time.
did mention the worst of the week was the entire staff of DRC got let go. DRC, Connecticut's radio, oldies, classic oldies. The staff walked
We got to
in
go
and
there, John.
got cut out. So worst of the week, WDRC.
We got to go. Good night and good luck. See you next week.